Hi, everyone. So my name is Koji Tanabe. I'm founder and the CEO of iPSC. At this time moment, Japan is playing with Brazil in the football. I'm a little bit distracted. But I think both my presentation and Japanese teams will be success today. But anyway, so I'm gonna explain about the cellular rejuvenations because because aging is fundamentally is losing the function of the cells. So if we want to get the real rejuvenations, we need the methodology to rejuvenate cells. So today I'm going to explain about how iPSC technologies could transform the human rejuvenations. And everything I'm going to share today is coming from my the experiences over 20 years in the iPSC development and research. So I contribute the world's first human iPSC paper. So as one of the leading author, and then my supervisor, Dr. Shiyamanaka, won the Nobel Prize with my papers. But I think my scientific interest is not starting from the cellular reprogramming. Basically, it was the Newt's regional, it's a Newt's regenerations. As you know, the Newts can regenerate their limbs or their arms or eyes, even the heart. So but the cells in the injury site can be reprogrammed to the stem cells, which can differentiate into any type of the body cells. So that these, I think the cells can rebuild these missing the parts of the newts. And this led me to the very simple questions. So if we can do the same things in the humans, so probably we can help a lot of people and we can achieve the rejuvenation and longevities. So that's why I think this is my starting point of my scientific journeys. So when I applied to the graduate course, I liked a lot of letters to the famous professors. Only one professor replied to me, Dr. Shinyamanaka replied to me, hey Koji, so why don't you join our lab? Probably we can work together. I joined in his lab. One year later, we succeeded to establish the world's first human iPSCs. And then Shinya won the Nobel Prize in 2012. And I enjoyed the basic science with him for 8 years. But I think I really want to bring down this technology to the bedside as an industry. I decided to move to the Stanford, and I found the company 11 years ago. And as an IPs, we are focusing on to manufacture the clinical grade iPSC for the cell therapies. And we are providing these GMP grade iPSC for the global pharmaceutical companies. And recently, we started to provide these clinical grade iPSC for the individuals who want to bank their iPSC for the future for the future cell therapy, and also for the longevity treatment. So let me introduce a little bit about the iPSC. What is the iPSC? So basically, our body is coming from the only single fertilized egg. So iPSC technology allows us to reprogram our any somatic cell to the state similar to the fertilized egg. So if we get these stem cells, we can get any type of body cells, as many as we want. So this capability, this is really promising for the regenerative medicine and drug discoveries. But the another point is that the iPSC can allow us to reset our aging too, because during the reprogramming, the whole aging signal is also erased, and also telomerase is completely elongated again in the iPSCs. So the people start to use these iPSC for the longevity treatment too. So, but the first thing I'm gonna a little bit explaining about the usage for the regenerative medicines. But iPSC regenerative medicine is not anymore of scientific fictions. How can I turn on this one? I cannot switch on the movies. Here. So we can make these beating cardiomyocyte from the iPSC originated from the blood. We can reprogram blood to the iPSC and then redifferentiate into this heart. So you can get your own beating heart at any times. And in Japan, make approval this year for these cardiomyocyte treatment for the heart failure patient. So that's becoming a drug. I think whole Japanese people can get the medications this one under the national insurance. And also, I think Japan also make approval on dopaminergic neuron, iPSC-derived dopaminergic neurons cell therapies for the Parkinson's disease too. So this is the gray part is for this disease, and then in Japan the clinical trials is ongoing. Probably a lot of clinical trials is ongoing, and then probably get approval soon. So and also I think, but this is good for the regenerative medicine. But as I mentioned, I think technology, iPS technology, will be used for the longevity and rejuvenations. So today, I'd like to discuss how we can use the iPSC reprogramming safely for the rejuvenations. So as you know, the people start to use the Yamanaka factors to the rejuvenation by injecting these factors into the bodies. So, what is the safety challenge of the partial reprogramming cells in vivo by over forced expressing factors? And I'm going to discuss about that, I think, with my experiences to manufacture the clinical grade iPSCs in vitro. So, as you know, when we induced iPSC, we got these partial reprogrammed cells with these free reprogrammed cells. So when we make these iPSC in vitro, we can pick up the only full reprogrammed cells, and also we can do the quality control for these established iPSCs. But on the other hand, if we force express the full factor into your bodies, it's very difficult to remove these partial reprogrammed cells from your bodies. So this is transformed cells. If that's growing up in your bodies, it's really risky for your health. And then second this is a new, I think, our single cell RNA sequence data of the reprogramming during the iPSC reprogramming. And day 1, day 2. This is T-SNP plot. Each dot explains the single cells gene expressions. So that probably you know the iPSC starting of the iPSC initiation of the iPSC reprogramming is a stochastic event. It's a random, even I think forced to express the Yamanaka factors. And also reprogramming cell is really heterogeneous population. It's not homogeneous populations. So it's really difficult to control the uniform that is at the quality of the reprogramming cell in the bodies. And also third, we identify, when I was a grad course, we identify why iPSC reprogramming is so low efficiency. So the majority of cells can get the initiation of the reprogramming, but however, the majority of cells revert back to the original somatic state. So, but they cannot completely going back to the original somatic state. They become some transformed cells. So even if we overexpress these Yamanaka factors in the bodies, the majority of cells going back to try to go back to the original state, but cannot. It's really risky for us. And the fourth point is the really key difference between the reprogramming and rejuvenations. For the true rejuvenations, the cell should maintain their cell fate or cell characters even after rejuvenation. They should not lose the original characters. But the right side is showing the RNA sequence data. If we overexpress the Yamanaka factor by day 3, the somatic genes is highly suppressed in the reprogramming at the early stage. And the right side show the attack sequence data that show the chromatin remodeling. And then that's even the day 1, the somatic marker is highly downregulated, and by day 3, completely the histone, the chromatin remodeling is happening in the early stage. So these data show that even if you shortly express the Yamanaka factor, the somatic cells, they start to lose the initial or original cell fate. So that's why I think how can we use the iPS technology safely for the longevities? So our solution is very simple. So why don't we reprogram, or why don't we finish up the reprogramming in vitro, and we're gonna isolate some rejuvenation factors from the iPSC for in vitro. So as you know, so in these pluripotent data, if we can add some rejuvenation factors derived from the young cells to the old bodies, we can make our rejuvenations. But the most important difficult point, how can we get our own younger cells? It's really difficult. But iPSC, as I mentioned, iPSC can reprogram your cells from the age 0 cells That's a maker solutions. So that's why we are reprogramming the aging cell to the iPSC, and we succeeded to isolate these rejuvenation factors from the iPSC. We call the iPS factors. So we first treat the iPSC to the skin cells, and the skin cell, we secrete the hyaluronic acid and collagen very well. And also we did the RNA sequence of the iPSF treated skin cells. They highly express the ECM markers after the treatment. And then after doing the preclinical test in the animals, and we got the safety data, we start the clinical trials to inject these iPS factors. We inject into the dermal skins, and that's an injection is clearly show the reduction of the rancor and the blind spot, and the AI clearly show the rejuvenation -6 years. So, and also we saw some upregulation of the rejuvenation factors after treatment of these iPSF. And as a clinical trials, we start the IV injection in Japan too. And we are detecting we are start to collect the data of how I think iPSF can rejuvenate with some epicroc CPG sequence. So some people can see some rejuvenation. Still, we start to collect some data, but still, I think we can see some rejuvenations. But next question is, how can we get our own iPSCs? Because in a national project in Japan, we're going to spend 1 year to make a single person's iPSCs with $10 million US. No one can reach these technologies. So that's why I think I want to show the movies. Oh, yeah. We developed this automation system to mass manufacture the personalized iPSCs. We succeeded to develop these mass production capability to produce the personalized clinical grade iPSC for a couple of thousand people per year. So we try to create the future which people normally have their own iPSCs, and they can use their iPSC for the longevity when they're healthy. But we're going to try to help the patient when they got the disease or injuries using the iPSC-derived cell therapies. So today is a really limited time to explain my data, and also I'm submitting the papers in some journals. That's why some confidential data. But I think I'm really looking forward to collaboration to progress this science. And I have a LinkedIn, and also I started YouTube. Please follow my YouTube. Only I think I have 3 followers. If you're interested in, please follow me. Thank you very much for your attention.